Gun wrap test. How much of a benefit are gun wraps? Welcome and thanks for watching. I want to give a huge shout out to Sean Swallow. About a week ago on a video in the comment section, he asked if I could go ahead and test these out. He said he was doing some testing of his own without wraps, and he was noticing that it was taking longer time in between cleanings. Now, there could be a couple reasons for that. Possibly he was landing more headshots versus a couple body shots, possibly even spending less time in the water. So we're going to go ahead and put that to the test and see exactly what percentage increase you get with gun wraps. For this test, I'm going to go ahead and test out the Litchfield without a wrap and the Lancaster with a wrap. If you remember from story mode and possibly even online in the description for the wraps, it does say that it gives you an increase over the weapon's durability. And we're just curious exactly what kind of increase as far as the percentage that you will get having a gun wrap versus not having a gun wrap. So I'm going to test this two different ways. I'm going to go for a swim with both weapons just to see how long it takes for the weapon without a gun wrap to basically get down to 0 for its condition, and then test that versus the Lancaster with a wrap. I'm also going to go ahead and shoot 100 rounds with each gun after I clean them so the condition's back up to 100%, and then see after 100 rounds what kind of drain the condition has after those 100 rounds are shot. Now, gun wraps cost only about $40, which is pretty insignificant. Some people prefer to have them because it's another customizable option. Some people like the gun a little bit better without them because they think it looks a little cleaner. But regardless, for $40, to be honest with you, I really didn't think you were getting much of a difference. I have to clean my guns all the time and I use wraps, so I was always wondering, I would hate to see how bad it would be without wraps. So these tests here are going to go ahead and prove exactly what the drain rate is and what the percentage that you will get having gun wraps versus not having gun wraps. I figured I was going to go ahead and skip through this part. I was in the water for about 4 minutes and 45 seconds, and you can see in the next time I check the guns that we are at 0% for the Litchfield, and then you look right there at the Lancaster. So by that test in the water, you can see it's roughly about a 12, maybe 15% increase having a gun wrap versus not having a gun wrap. So now we're going to go ahead and test out the Lancaster shooting 100 rounds. I'm going to speed this up because there's no point in watching this. We're just looking for the actual numbers on the percentage that you get having wraps versus not having gun wraps. So now we're going to go ahead and test out the Litchfield. We're going to shoot 100 rounds with this one, and then go ahead and compare that to the Lancaster after shooting 100 rounds. Now you're going to notice that at the end of the clip, the Lancaster was about 75%, considering there's 4 bars. We'll say each bar is 25%. So 3 bars were full. So after shooting 100 rounds, it dropped down 25%. With the Litchfield doing the same exact test, you're going to see that it's only about maybe 10 to 12% over the second bar, which would mean it's about 62%. So it's roughly somewhere between 12 to 15% increase having wraps versus not having wraps, which is pretty insignificant. Although it does help out a little bit, if you're shooting all the time, it may save you over the course of a couple days, maybe one gun cleaning, which is not really that much. So it doesn't give you too much of a bonus, and you can see what I'm talking about right there by the stats that, the Litchfield was about 60% versus the Lancaster being about 75% after shooting 100 rounds. So I think it's pretty safe to say that you get about a 12 to 15% increase in the condition of the gun with having wraps. Thanks again, Sean, for the suggestion. Hope it answered your questions as well as any questions anybody else had. Want to remind you, I do have a $20 gift card giveaway going on that ends on Sunday. So if you want to participate, check out those giveaway videos. Leave some comments. Thanks for watching. See you next time.